What's up, everybody? It's your boy D Max. So let's talk about it. Well, you see the title, and we're just gonna discuss this for a little minute because I want to first and foremost give the man his flowers, and we're talking about Draymond Green. I want to give him his flowers for winning his fourth title with the Golden State Warriors. He's a very instrumental part of that team. From the time when they were lifted up high and in the spotlight some years ago, when they were able to accumulate their first three titles, uh, in during the downtime, whenever they were going through their struggles, when Clay went down, and whenever they were just going through their struggles as a team, you still had Draymond out there. No matter what was going on, for the most part, you had Draymond carrying the squad while everything was able to reassemble and get the right pieces back together to make this run to bring them to the point where they are now as champions once again. And so you have to give him credit where credit is due, whether you like his attitude, whether you don't like how he speak or any of that. That is irrelevant when it comes down to the impact that he has on that team. Him, Andre Iguodala, you have Steph and Clay. They're the Splash Brothers, and they command the court. But the guys that keep everybody in line, the guys that give that wisdom from experience, that's Iguodala and that's Draymond Green. And so, I want to give Miss Flowers first and foremost, and then I want to dig into the Draymond Green show because I've taken the time to watch a few episodes, and I don't really follow a lot of podcasters or content providers because one thing I don't want to do is get caught up in somebody else's topics or somebody else's subject matter. And that can happen really easy. Like I've said before, I'm a writer. And that's one thing, like whenever I'm writing a novel or I'm writing a song or something like that, I don't want to hear anybody else's music. I don't want to read any other literature, period, while I'm writing because I want it to come from me, and I don't want it to be something that was in my subconscious that I remembered from somebody else's writings. And I'm that same exact way with my content on YouTube. I don't go and sit on people's page and listen for hours. I have people that I support. I go through and I give them likes and I engage, and then I'm going about my business. But I don't sit there and just listen to other people's content like that. It interferes with my creative process. And anybody out there who puts a lot of time and thought into their content, you understand what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, I definitely want to see more out of Draymond as far as talking points and as far as just bringing a harsh reality to the media that they're used to. And I know those guys are getting tired of those media days, and they go in there and they have a basic script that most guys are taught when you come to the team. All right, when media day comes, you say this, and you'll notice that most guys will stick with the script for the most part. They'll add their own to it, their own little side stuff, but for the most part, they stick to a basic script. We go out and we plan to run defense. We had to get down the court, and it's more than just one player on the team, so we had to get everybody involved. And all of these different talking points that they rehearse and they go out there and they just do repetitiously for years. And the guys get tired of that. They get tired of going onto the sports shows and doing this tamed corporate whatever you want to call it. And so, excuse me, y'all, I'm throat kind of dry. I need to get me something to drink, but Yeah, so Draymond is trying to change that format. He's trying to change that formula, and I can appreciate that because it is a time for change. We're tired of seeing these guys just say the same old things. They're getting tired of sitting up there saying the same old things, and they want something new. They want something fresh because let's face it, the social media and YouTube content providers, we're killing the game right now. People don't understand how our podcasts are really impacting the social media world. And you may not think that a lot of people are watching, but my brother, Reverend Tony, over at Self Awareness TV, he brought it to our attention, and he said definitely they are watching. And not only are they watching, they're taking notes. They're um, sending bots and all different types of phantom pages that'll come in and subscribe just so they can come in and see what you're doing and all types of little things. So, we just have to stay on our P's and Q's, and that will force us to exercise journalistic integrity as we do our content on this level. And this is what they know. They know that we are going to take the time out to go and dig and find the sources and find the backup sources so that when we give a point, we have something credible to back it up and to verify what we're talking about. And so Draymond has joined the ranks of new media as he's put it out there so boldly, and he says that he's gonna, do things different. So we're gonna watch and see what he does. He's gonna be the anti Stephen A. Or is he going to cater to the sponsors and all of that? Because once you get to a certain level, which his podcast is definitely getting a lot of attention right now, especially with them being the champions. That just sent his subscription numbers through the ceiling. And so he's got something on his hands. And if he has the time to really cultivate this thing, really put the time into it, it could turn into something like The Pivot with Channing Crowder and Fred Taylor and Ryan Clark, or I Am Athlete, or any of those shows of that nature. But he wants to keep it new media, not old media, which is the ESPNs and the TNTs and so forth and so on. So we're going to see what Draymond does. We're going to see if he's going to turn over and go the corporate route, or if he's going to stay down here in the slums with us and slum it out. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some corporate backing with this, but that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna wait and see. I ain't gonna just put nothing out there. I'm gonna just wait and see like everybody else, and see if he's going to be new media like he claimed. Um, he said something interesting. He was like, Stephen A is new media sometimes, alluding to the fact that Stephen A can definitely sell out on you in a minute for corporate interests, which we know. We've seen it time and time again over the years. So it's not a epiphany. It's not no new revelation about Stephen A. But he's bold enough to say it out loud as to where everybody else will insinuate. He'll say it. So I appreciate that about him. And just keep it up, man. Keep it up. That's all I can really say on that, man. Um, to the rest of the podcast world, we grinding, we're slow grinding. A lot of us are seeing a significant increase in numbers. It's going into the summertime. You're going to have a lot more people at home, a lot more people who's going to have time on their hands to just tune in and listen to the podcast and catch different stuff that'll pique their interest. So you're going to see a surge of subscription and just interaction and activity overall over these next few weeks going into the summer season. And so I just say stay true to the game, man. Stay honest to your content, stay pure to your content, and don't allow numbers to start to dictate how you do your show. Because I seen that happen over on my TikTok channel. I have a video. Well, it's on here too. It's my Bernie Mac video. Speaking of Bernie Mac, a little bit off subject, but I did another tribute video to Bernie Mac today, so go check that out. And, just giving some flowers to the OG. But I did a Bernie Mac video, and it just kind of took off a little bit, and it hit like 110,000 views. And when the numbers start climbing, now I see what the adrenaline rush is about. Now I see what the whole allure is, and it's really easy to get caught up in those numbers. And as those numbers start to rise and start to rise, that's what they say is equivalent to an orgasm. The anticipation of a response, the anticipation of more people viewing your content, and as you see the incline in the activity, it starts to release those endorphins, those same pleasure endorphins that you have during a sexual encounter. And so, man, whew, that's some heavy stuff. That's kind of deep right there. But yeah, man, getting back on track. Draymond Green show. Everybody check it out. I'm go ahead and give him a plug because I like the dude. I've always liked Draymond Green's attitude because I have a brother that's kind of like Draymond Green. He's that guy that'll take care of everybody, but he gonna talk a lot of junk to you while he do it. He's not going to coddle you. He's not going to worry about your feelings, and he's not going to put you on a pedestal. I feel like that was the issue between him and KD because the way he came and spoke to KD as if they were on the same level, and KD didn't like that. That's why he turned and looked away from him because Draymond was looking him directly in his eyes when he was pointing. You know how he had remembered the scene? Everybody knows the scene where he was in KD's face. He had both of his hands out in that drill sergeant point, and he was instructing KD on something with the passion that Draymond Green uses every day he plays basketball and every time he steps on the court, period. And KD didn't like the fact that Draymond was talking to him as an equal, which Draymond is an equal to KD. He's an equal to everybody that we consider great in the league. Now, am I saying that he's up there in the top 5 best players of all time? No, that's not what I'm saying. Not even, maybe not even top 10. But Draymond Green absolutely does deserve to be spoken in the same conversation with these guys because he's definitely been a big time disruptor to a lot of the players we consider to be the great ones. Draymond Green has this. That's exactly what his job is. He's a disruptor. He's like Gary Payton used to be. Speaking of Gary Payton, congratulations to him and his son. His son won the championship with them guys as well. And so, but he's a disruptor like Gary Payton was. And we've heard all the stories about how Gary Payton talked so much junk and would just get you all out of your game because he have you so upset. And the same thing with Draymond, but Draymond also was an intimidating figure who he make you spread the floor out. He definitely was always moving around without the ball, making things happen without the ball in his hand. He was showing floor generalship a lot of the times whenever there wasn't a Curry on the floor or Thompson on the floor. He definitely mentored Wiggins, and you see how Wiggins is coming along and developing, and he was very instrumental in this championship. That's because you have the OG guys, Iguodala, and you have Draymond in that kid's ear, helping him to develop, helping him to grow and become a real NBA player. And Wiggins is going to be a star. He's already shown you his potential to be one, and give him a couple more years of development under the tutelage of these dudes. He's definitely going to be one of the rising stars of the NBA, and I'm looking forward to it. So once again, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. Congratulations to you, Draymond, for your fourth ring, and congratulations on your show. I'm gonna check you out. I'm gonna come in and support, man, but I ain't gonna be lingering around like no groupie or nothing like that. That's just not how D-Mac rock. But just know I rock with you. So I'm about to be out of here, man. Y'all know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.